What's up, Ryan?
Looney Tunes gone woke? Classic character
no.
Yosemite Sam spotted using they/them pronouns in classic shorts.
Oh no. This is totally not his.
Varmint, you bet I'm non-binary, buddy. That's great, Elma.
The liberals have gone too far. Now they're theming Yosemite Sam. What will happen next? Tune in to my podcast where I complain about the wokeification of Looney Tunes characters. That's all I got.
That's what this show's all about.
No.
This is your first episode. This is actually what we talk about every week. All the episodes, every single one is about this. We talk about how they're making Bugs Bunny like gay and they're injecting soy. And Bugs Bunny was such a masculine character back in the days, and they ruined him.
Yeah, I think it's just such a shame.
The Goofy Gophers used to be called the heterosexual Gophers before the social justice warriors got them.
Yeah, they got a hold of our beloved Gophers, and we just can't let that stand.
We can't let this happening.
We have to do something about this, and we have to do something about it now. Anyway, welcome to Looney Duels, the real podcast. Sorry for scaring you.
Right, let's look at our infographics. Oh, I see. Viewer count down by 47. They all stopped the video right here.
Oh no. Well, it's October. It's a scary season, right? So
right.
Everyone should have just been prepared for a little jump scare at the start of our podcast, which is about power scaling Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Well, we watched some shorts.
We did. That's true. The rumors are true.
There's quite a variety, I would say, here, compared to like our last few episodes where we have been locked in Wile E. Coyote and Tweety Bird land.
Yeah, we skipped Tweety Bird this week intentionally because I think we both needed a break from that little freak.
Yeah, sometimes when I think about Tweety Bird for too long, I just like get angry, and I don't like the kind of person I am when I get angry about Tweety Bird. So I'm just trying to be better, you know? Just trying to
You're
be a
not
better
gonna
person.
like me when I'm in Tweety Bird mode.
Yeah, when I'm in Tweety Bird mode, it's like the gloves come off. I lose all like logic and reasoning, and you know that's probably a secret ability of his that he has.
Right.
Just kind of he just makes you pissed off. But we're not here to talk about him.
We're here to talk about non-binary character Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a bit, right?
I missed him so much. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, he's got a different, I don't know, he scratches a different itch than Elmer Fudd does. Just a little bit of a different one. No offense to my good friend and pal, Elmer Fudd, who I love so much, but...
Yeah, we're back to Yosemite Sam. In this one, we learn Bugs Bunny is an immortal time god who was there in, like, all the old wars.
Yes, he's lived through them all, and Bunker Hill Bunny is the name of this short. He's now fighting, I guess it's like the Independent War, you know, Independence War?
Yeah,
1776.
Both armies consist of one person, Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam. Those are the only two people fighting in this war.
Well, I want to I'm just going to full stop here. I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
So, I feel like the implication is that Bugs and Yosemite Sam are the only ones who survived on their teams, right?
Okay.
So
you think so?
Yeah, I think that Bugs had a crew, had people on his side, and they just died because of war, which is so tragic. And Yosemite similarly, but Yosemite Sam is like tenacious. He will he's like, you know, a little rat. He'll survive through anything. So this is like a good thing for Yosemite Sam, I think, that in a room of 100 men, many of them much bigger than Yosemite Sam, he comes out on top. Like he's the survivor.
All right. Do you think he felt any regret when his like army died? Do you think he like teared up, or did he just keep going? You think?
I don't think Yosemite Sam is as emotional as some of other Bugs' like adversaries.
Okay.
I think that like maybe you could get Yosemite to cry. It'd be it's not gonna be hard, but it's not gonna be super easy either. I think when he gets bad news, Yosemite Sam, he just kind of keeps going, like keeps hitting that wall.
He throws a temper tantrum at most.
Yes, that's right. He'll throw a temper tantrum, but I think he's just when all his comrades are falling all around, you know, around him, just he just had to keep going for their sake and for his own sake. Like, he can't stop and like think about it or he's gonna die.
I want to talk about Bugs Bunny's special American, because we learned, Bugs Bunny's American for sure in the short. That's canon now. Bugs Bunny is an American, and we learned some of his awesome American powers, like baseball. He has a baseball move, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he's very good at baseball. He does this a few times where he pretends to be like a batter or a pitcher at one point, something along those lines, and he's just killing it. I know there's a short we didn't watch or won't watch because it's just Bugs versus like a baseball team, and I think this is like a precedent, right? He's just good at baseball.
Yeah, that's one of his iconic American abilities.
Yeah, like every American is really good at baseball.
Yeah, I should know. I'm so good and awesome at it.
Yeah, but how does this help Bugs in any way aside from like being kind of silly goofy with it sometimes?
Well, since Bugs Bunny could ignore all like laws of physics and just everything in general, if somebody were to throw a big scary ball at him, like if Goku, for example, used one of his giant charge beams, as long as Bugs Bunny hits it with his awesome baseball bat, thanks to his baseball powers, it will go back to Goku, and Goku will be like, yipes!
Yeah, Goku would say yipes. That's very in character.
Yeah.
So, no matter what gets if something gets thrown at Bugs Bunny, like an object, or even a special beam cannon of some sort, then he would just deflect it, is what you're saying.
Yeah. With his awesome baseball bat.
It's awesome. Now, does it have to be a baseball bat?
Yes.
Okay, so he can't just like lift up like a tree branch and do the same thing.
No. It has to be his awesome baseball bat.
Okay, and which no problem because he can just pull it out of the pocket dimension that surrounds him to get all his special his weapons and tools.
Look, here's the thing: if he wasn't near a baseball bat, but he was like in the woods, he would use his teeth powers. He has teeth powers, by the way, and he would make a baseball bat.
Where's the evidence for the teeth powers? I don't remember the teeth powers short.
Could you not picture Bugs Bunny's bug teeth chowing down on a tree like, and then he creates like the shape of a baseball bat, and that's how he makes it. That's how he makes his awesome baseball bat.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I can see it. Sam loses also, by the way.
Yeah, it's important though. This loss made him American, which is canonical to the other shorts where he becomes American.
Yeah, he kind of, at the end of it, he gets beat up a bunch, but he doesn't get like killed. He just kind of is like, you know what? If you can't beat him, join him. And then he joins Bugs Bunny's side as an ally, I guess. So, I mean, does this make Yosemite Sam kind of a little bit of a traitor to his home country of Germany?
Yeah, I mean, a little, but at the same time, this is an important backstory for him.
Is this an ancestor of Yosemite Sam, perhaps? Yosemite Sam Senior?
Yeah. This is kind of the Cranky Kong of Yosemite Sam, and then Yosemite Sam is the Donkey Kong Jr.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, Bugs won, of course. Good for you,
What's
Bugs.
new?
Whatever. But I appreciated seeing Yosemite Sam in action. Him,
It's been a while.
Just being around. He's a fun time. I like that when he gets when he gets foiled by Bugs, he takes it in stride. He just keeps going at it. Good for him. Nice to see you, bud. I'm patting his back and like showing him the way out.
Thank you, Lou. I appreciate you.
Oh, what a great guy.
Next up, we watched a short from like 2003 by accident.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, I kind of misordered the shorts. One of us did, at least it was probably me. During the listing process, so we watched the Whizzard of Oz, from 2003. The Whizzard of Ow.
Yes, this short is a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner one, and I looked it up. This was a short that was featured in as a special feature bonus content for the Looney Tunes Back in Action DVD, the movie. So this was the short that when you're a kid and you're watching Looney Tunes Back in Action and you're you're going on the DVD menu and you're looking at all the bonus features, interviews and trailers, and then you see the Whizzard of Ow, and you click on it and you watch a little Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner short, because I Wile E. Coyote is in the movie, in that movie, but I don't remember if Roadrunner really makes a big appearance in that.
Roadrunner's in the movie, but it's more just to introduce Wile E that he's gone.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So Wile E. Coyote's a wizard. That's a new skill of his. He has magical abilities. We also learned Acme produces magic, so that's also important to know.
No, yeah, he gets like a book for like some sorcerers are having a battle and they kill each other with magic, and he decides to take up the book and learn himself some dark arts. He's not afraid of using Satanism to get what he wants.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, Wile E. Coyote, I think, is not afraid of death, so he's perfectly fine with corrupting his soul and his chance in heaven now, because he knows from across all, because we're in 2003 now. We know from across all these shorts he can never die.
Yes, he's been thrown off the cliff so many times, blown up, smashed, probably eaten or run over a ton of times, and here he stands in the year 2003, still alive, baby.
Yeah. So if he wants to sell his soul to the magic of evil, he can. Evil of magic, I mean, he can do that. Here's an important thing to learn this short. Also between because we've kind of time skipped really.
Yes,
between 1870s when the original
1870s
when the original Wile E. Coyote shorts happened, and 2003, Roadrunner did learn how to read.
Yes, he's seen it kind of towards the end here, using the book against Wiley, and he's like actually reading it, and I was so shocked. And I was way more shocked though by what he uses the book for. Mr. Roadrunner, you know, he uses this evil magic to hurt Wiley very badly, but then he turns to like a mailbox or something and uses magic to turn it into a girl Roadrunner, like comically large eyelashes and probably a bow, I don't remember. And he just like is like, all right, I'm set, and they like go walking off into the sunset, I guess to fuck, I guess.
So that is our lust theory dead now? That
I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, Roadrunner's straight.
Yeah, I mean,
this is a sad day in Looney Tunes history.
Roadrunner wants that girl Roadrunner pussy. He does not want Wile E. Coyotes, which is really sad.
That's so sad. I mean, I just thought that maybe he got tired of the game, because this is a time skip, right?
Yeah, it's been over 103 years.
Yeah, it's been over 103 years, and Roadrunner is just like tired of the cat and mouse game that they're playing. He's not into it. It's not exciting for him anymore. It's just going through the motions. Wiley's not bringing a lot of new stuff, new material, and he sees a way out, right? He's like, you know what? I desire companionship. I want to settle down with a nice girl, you know. Wiley, I'm sorry, the magic's gone, but the real magic's here that I used to turn this mailbox into a girl.
Yeah, he did turn the mailbox into a sexy Roadrunner woman. You need to know that.
Yeah, which is, I guess, fine. Whatever.
I want to talk about some of the ramifications of Wile E. Coyote's magic.
Sure.
I think we learned Wile E. Coyote's magical abilities work in the same way his technology abilities would work, in that they hate him.
Yeah.
They defy the laws of physics specifically to like ruin his life. So like if he wants to freeze the boulder air and then drop it, it won't until he walks away, and then he can go crush him. So Wile E. Coyote is kind of like a character that, like, you know, he has to get hurt for things to happen. You know, he's kind of an interesting character like that.
Yeah, I think that there's like he's cursed or something.
Mm-hmm.
There is something biologically wrong with Wile E. Coyote.
Wait, hold on. Let's park the brakes a bit. What if this one was the prequel the whole time?
What do you mean?
This is the first one, chronologically, I think. Because due to the dark magic that Wile E. Coyote has enacted here, and has cursed him for the rest of the life, and then also, okay, we're backing up. Roadrunner's relationship with that sexy female bird did not work out, and in all the future shorts, that's where the lust begins.
Okay, now we're talking. Okay.
I put it all together.
So you're saying that this short, the Whizzard of Ow, is the first, like chronologically, Wile E. Coyote
Yes.
and Roadrunner short.
That
And
is 100%
because
saying.
and because he was playing with magic, he is now forever doomed to like have things just go wrong for him, like fail for him. He paints a wall and the magic kind of like is still kind of there, and it
Yeah.
makes the Roadrunner go through, but it doesn't let Wile E. Coyote go through.
Yeah, Wile E. Coyote selling his soul to the evil of magic and Pokemon has caused him to be cursed for all eternity.
That's so sad, but it explains so much. And Roadrunner thinks that the magic is helpful to him in creating this perfect partner, but it's hollow, like a mailbox.
You were really proud of that one.
Anyway, so I guess we can consider this still a Roadrunner win, though, even if he does just end up with a hussy that he doesn't care about.
Yeah, even in the long term, it would go on to like kind of, but it would change his life for the better, ultimately,
Yeah.
like he grew from it.
Yeah, I agree.
We're at a big one now.
Yeah, this is oof, phew. I'm sweating.
You want to introduce it?
Yeah, we are going to be talking about the short Rabbit Fire, which is, from what I could tell, and like if you're a huge Looney Tunes buff, and I'm like totally wrong on this, I'm sorry, but from what I can tell, this is the first time that Daffy and Bugs are like paired up in like a short.
I believe so. Yes.
And that is like, I mean, that's heavy, I think.
Yeah, like this is big. This is massive. This is life changing.
Yeah, this is a very iconic short. Most people have seen this short or a parody of it even.
Mm-hmm.
It's the rabbit season, duck season short. That's how people know it. It is
Exactly.
It is hilarious. It's brilliant. There's lots of great stuff in here. But the most important thing to us is we are finally getting the Daffy Bugs dynamic like established here, right?
Yeah, and I want to talk about it. I have a few things to say.
Okay.
I think Daffy loves the thrill of the chase. I think he loves living on edge. I think no matter how he acts about it, he loves if he wasn't fighting for his life every day, I think he would hate it. Why Bugs, on the flip side, I think is very casual about it. He's kind of indulging both Daffy and Elmer at this point. Like, he's kind of like okay, I've been there, done that with all this. Like, okay, I've seen it now. And he's just indulging them now. He's very casual in this short the whole time.
Yeah. He's kind of like that in a lot of Elmer shorts too, where he just kind of he's going through it, he's like not very intimidated. He doesn't really care. Like even in the Yosemite Sam short, he's just like whatever. Like, kind of coasts through it.
I think a big thing we learned in this short, is this the first Looney Tunes gun hit?
Oh, really? You think?
Is there been another time yet where somebody fired a gun and it got them? Like they got shot.
I feel like there had to have been like a Porky Daffy one where that happened, but like Daffy was like impervious to bullets or something, or was wearing like a bulletproof vest.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first like actually hurting someone.
Yeah, because Daffy does get shot in this short, but on the flip side, we do learn Daffy can take a bullet.
Yeah, Daffy could take a lot of bullets, actually.
He can take a lot of them. I don't even know why he's that worried at this point.
So with Elmer, he does say something here that I think is I can't remember if he's ever said it.
Oh, this is game changing.
Yeah, Bugs and Daffy are trying to convince Elmer, it's rabbit season, no, it's duck season, because they don't want to die, they don't want to get hunted. And they get to talking with Elmer, and it just feels like they're all just kind of casually talking to each other, like they're pals catching up.
Yeah.
And Elmer says, "Oh, I just hunt for the sport anyway. I'm a vegetarian." So,
where do you begin with the ramifications of this?
That means that Elmer just does have that hatred in his soul that he just wants to kill. It confirms our theory.
Elmer's not someone fighting for his life or his job. He just wants to kill. I think this has painted Elmer Fudd in a completely new view. I think he's more evil than Yosemite Sam now.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think this is diabolical for him to do, because Bugs Bunny pays taxes, he lives in a house, he's a person, and he's just trying to shoot him. Like, he's not even hunting for, like, to live now. There's nothing justifying this little freak's actions anymore.
Well, I feel like a lot of our first shorts with Elmer, he wasn't like a hunter type. He was like, I'm going camping in the woods type. I just
Mm-hmm.
happened to see this bunny, or I adopted this pet bunny and it started to kill me kind of guy.
Well, he should have thought about that.
But
That's
then,
his fault.
well, then he gets antagonized so much by Bugs Bunny that he can't help but become this vengeful killer. And Daffy's just annoying, so like I don't really blame him for that one.
Yeah, although Daffy is this is not the Daffy Elmer is used to though. This is a Daffy who is bitter, angry, and fruity. Although he was before, he was that before. Daffy is such a little bitch now. He's-
He starts all the shit in this short. It starts with him like making fake rabbit tracks towards like Bugs Bunny's house so that Elmer Fudd can follow them and kill him.
Right.
Which like Daffy didn't have to do that. Daffy could have just walked away.
Yeah, Daffy just is just causing problems left and right. This short, like I said, I think Daffy loves the thrill. I think it's no matter how he acts about it, no matter what he seems to be wants to be over with. I think he loves the thrill. I think if like his plan worked and Elmer just walked away, Daffy wouldn't be like, phew. Daffy would begin to overextend himself and try to take it even further, and it would only result in more misery for him.
Oh yeah, I think we've seen that a lot too, where he just can't leave a good thing alone, right? He has to keep going back for more. Like, remember that short where he was fighting the Yosemite Sam amoeba twins, and he like kept going back to the house even though he was free that one time?
Mm-hmm.
Like he can't leave it alone. So he likes to antagonize everyone around him. He likes to get a reaction. Now, how do you think Bugs feels about Daffy?
I kind of get the sense Bugs just thinks Daffy's a little funny guy, right? Like, I don't like. I think Daffy has a lot of intense feelings about Bugs Bunny. Like, take that as you will. But I think Bugs used Daffy as just kind of a scamp, right? Like, he's like, oh, this guy, he's a scamp.
Yeah, he kind of is like amused by him. Kind of thinks his antics are cute, maybe even.
That's the kind of sense I get overwhelmingly throughout the short. Because like, at some point in the short, like they stop kind of battling to not get shot by Elmer, and they just kind of fuck with Elmer for like the second half of the short. Like, they have a woman and dog disguise like matching costume at some point.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny dresses as a beautiful woman, and Daffy dresses as her dog. And they just kind of fuck around with Elmer, and it just feels it's fun. It's lots of fun. I think they play off each other really well too. They just have that repertoire. There's just something about it.
Yeah, I think Bugs doesn't want Daffy to actually die, but like I think he likes having fun with Daffy.
Yeah, he's like a great a pal, a playmate. Go out and play in the backyard, kind of guy. You know what I'm talking about? Get a beer with him. Shoot the shit.
He's like, can't live with him, but I can't live without him.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I think it's how Bugs Bunny feels about Daffy Duck.
Yeah, I get the Baffy shippers. I get it. They have this kind of like married energy sometimes, where
Right.
they kind of get on each other's nerves a little bit, but they also kind of like are in sync with each other.
Totally.
And Elmer is just like he's getting turned all sorts around.
Yeah, Elmer's like the villain of this short, but he's not a threat. He is a pawn in Daffy and Bugs' game.
Oh yeah,
he's never on top at all this entire short.
Yes, and although I feel like when you think about the short and you haven't watched it in a while, you just think about how much Daffy gets owned in it.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the end of the short, they're peeling away the posters, duck season, rabbit season, and they peel it away, and the last poster on the tree is just this like frightened picture of Elmer, and it says Elmer season.
We need to talk about the ramifications of this. What does that mean in universe, you think? Do you think Elmer Fudd is a species?
Well, we've discussed before how like there's humans in these shorts who don't look like Elmer. Like, don't have his same proportions at all. He's like a cartoon human, not a real human.
Right.
So maybe maybe Elmer Fudd is a species.
Maybe cartoon human is a lower class than, like, regular human in this universe, and this is kind of, like, some commentary on that.
Yeah, maybe it is. But the important thing here is that Elmer loses because, it's Elmer season. And Daffy and Bugs they win. They both win, I think.
Yeah, this is a short where Elmer loses, the other two win.
Yeah, which is great for Daffy. He really needed a win in his, in his boots, I guess.
Yeah. Daffy's gonna be losing a lot in the future here. I think it's good he gets this win while he's ahead.
Good for you, Daffy. I'm giving you this little win. Now, Bugs also get a win, so it really didn't even things out that much.
I mean, Bugs got a win and was also on this game the entire short. So
yeah,
I mean,
what can you do about that? Now, this next one.
Yeah, okay. This one's just.
How do we even start?
This is the Ducksters, and it starts just immediately smash cut to Porky Pig tied up about to get chopped in half, and then he's freed, and then Daffy just starts beating the shit out of him, and that's how this short starts in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, it seems that Porky Pig has found himself on some sort of like radio game show that Daffy is hosting. It's like a trivia show. And every time that Porky doesn't get something right, he is punished in some sort of like saw trap that Daffy has made. It's awful.
Yeah, this is a scary Daffy short. This makes me scared of Daffy.
It reminds me of that one early one where he was like a doctor and he like blew Porky Pig's head up like a balloon.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing the very end of Daffy like being able to do this, like right before he takes his fall from grace. I think this is the one that like truly like, the brothers Waters like pulled Daffy and said like, you can't keep doing this shit.
This was the one that made them say, listen, this is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah, so Porky has to answer questions, and they're all hyper specific questions. If he gets them wrong, then Daffy gets to torture him. And then at some point, he starts asking, like, really, really, really specific questions, and Porky gets them right. So he gets mad and makes up more shit so he can beat the shit out of Porky more.
Yeah, I don't think it's very fair to Porky, because Porky's got a stutter, so it kind of hinders him when he's answering. I think he's, like, really good at trivia. He, like, knows these answers, but he just can't get them out. And Daffy is just, like, relentlessly punishing him, which is kind of ableist, Daffy.
Yeah, well, kinda fucked up, Doc.
Kinda fucked up, Doc.
I wrote in my notes, and I'm not proud of this, but I wrote it in my notes. I wrote, and I quote, "Is this a kink thing?"
Oh, God.
Question mark.
I mean, Porky seems to be being held against his will. Like, it'd be one thing if this was like a little just like weird play thing they had going on where they're kind of both in on it and there's like a safe word or something, but Porky's fighting for his goddamn life.
Yeah, I wrote that at the start of the short.
Like, there's not a moment where he's not trying to get away or like find a loophole to get out, and he just keeps getting beat up.
I do think this short reveals an interesting element of Porky Pig's stats, in that I think Porky has a rage meter. I think if you piss Porky Pig off too much, he'll snap.
Oh yeah.
And so if his Porky Pig survives the beating you give him, run. He'll be angry. He'll be pissed. And we've seen this before. Porky is someone who you don't want their rage meter to get full.
No, like, he can take a beating and he can be left pretty like defenseless and beaten to a pulp, and you could have some victory there. But if you just torture him within an inch of his life and he's still standing by the end, you're fucked. You are so fucked.
I mean, who could forget the scene where he's in the kitchen walking towards you?
Oh yeah.
And Porky's got some dark energy to him that we're not ready to, like, I think, process quite yet.
Yeah, and at the end here, he gets like a prize. He gets some money from like winning a question or something, and he uses the money to buy the studio that Daffy is like working for this program. And then like then he just starts beating the shit out of Daffy. Yeah. The same way that Daffy was doing to him. And it ends as it began, with Daffy instead tied to this like saw trap thing, about to be chopped in half, and then it just like irises out. The end, I guess.
The end, yeah. So, Porky won. This is a Porky win. Daffy was asking it for the whole time.
Do you think Daffy's dead in that continuation?
If he's not dead, he's mutilated.
You don't think Porky would stop at the last second and go like, "Oh, geez, what am I
No,
doing?"
his rage meter got filled.
So he loses all sense of like reasoning or empathy.
Yeah, he becomes Dark Porky.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we have Porky, right? And he's got his own set of stats. But fill his rage meter enough, and he becomes Dark Porky. And Dark Porky is almost like a different character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that puts a spin on things, doesn't it?
Yeah, you just don't get that rage meter full. You don't want to see Dark Porky. I think Dark Porky is more powerful than you can even process. I think you could kill Chicken Hawk no problem.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Dark Porky is a subject worth studying. We're taking a closer look into.
I think viewers at home, keep an eye on Dark Porky. I want to hear your thoughts on Dark Porky.
Yeah, I think that Dark Porky could really change things around for the ranking system. I mean, Porky's kind of low tier. He's had a few good wins, a few surprising wins, but overall, like, he's really started to slip a little bit. And we really need to find his edge, something that's gonna get him back on top, because he has that power. I know it's just hiding underneath his piggy skin, just waiting to come out in the form of Dark Porky.
Yeah, the meta's never gonna be the same after we learned about Dark Porky. This is game changing.
Now every time we talk about Looney Tunes fighting each other, we got to think about Dark Porky.
Yeah, we have to consider Dark Porky going forward.
Wow. But anyway. That's all we watched.
Yeah, do you want to answer some YouTube comments now?
I would love to answer some YouTube comments.
All right, from Banshee Neat. Since this is a show about power scaling, we need to ask the inevitable question. Could Bugs Bunny beat Goku? Also, which Looney Tunes do you think could plausibly beat Vegeta? I feel like Henry Chickenhawk has a shot.
Now, I do love that we got this question, and at the beginning of this episode, we did talk about Bugs Bunny hitting Goku's Kamehameha with a baseball bat.
Here's the thing on this question. I don't have much to say about that first part, because the answer is yes. Bugs Bunny could do it. I want to talk about the second part, about Henry Chickenhawk being able to beat Vegeta. I think if Piccolo or someone, Frieza, I think if Frieza was like, a chicken looks like this, and then he pulled out like an image of like Vegeta would have to be terrified for his life. Henry Chickenhawk would come for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that like Vegeta wouldn't be able to like point him in another direction, which is his like is really the only way to defeat Chickenhawk, is to like outwit him and like get him to go after someone else. Because first of all, Vegeta's a very proud man, so he'd think he could take him at first, and then like slowly realize that like he's like punching Henry Chickenhawk, and like it's just like punching concrete. It's like doing nothing. It's just he's just hitting him, and Henry Chickenhawk keeps walking closer to him and like talking about how he's gonna bake him into a stew or a pie.
I think Vegeta would throw a huge, awesome mega light ball and create a huge crater in the ground, and you'd be sitting there breathing, and then Henry Chickenhawk would run out, like just casually walk out of the crater, like, "All right, you chicken, enough games."
He grabs Vegeta by the boot and starts dragging him away.
Yeah. So yeah, I do think Henry Chickenhawk could beat Vegeta. I think Dark Porky.
I also think Dark Porky, like, Vegeta's just beating the absolute shit out of Porky, and Porky Pig's, like, just taking it, and then finally he hits, like, the final blow, he thinks. Porky goes flying across the stage, he hits the back of, like, the fucking, I just knocked over my Goku figure. He hits the canyon wall, like, slumps down, and Vegeta's standing there, like, yes, I've defeated Porky Pig, and then, like, he just hears, like, a little, like, a chuckle. Just a...
You're fat.
Yeah, that Porky rises from the ashes, and he's got this aura around him, and Vegeta's like, oh, it's not possible, but Dark Porky is here, and Dark Porky kills him. The end. That's my fanfiction.
That's really good. From Brickhead, would our favorite baby child Tweety Bird defeat that dastardly rascal Roadrunner through his highly advanced manipulating ways?
Could Tweety beat Roadrunner? Is that the question?
Yeah, by manipulating Tweety, by manipulating Roadrunner, could Tweety beat him?
That's a good question, because that Roadrunner is kind of cruel to Wily in a way, only because Wily is trying to kill him, right?
Right.
Eat him. I don't know what Roadrunner would think about most other Looney Tunes. Like, I feel like he'd be very ambivalent to, doesn't care.
I can't think of a single piece of media where Roadrunner has, like, a notable interaction with another Looney Tune who isn't Wily.
Yeah, and we're not counting Lunatics Unleashed.
Because even Wily, like, meets Bugs in some of these shorts, and I feel like even later media will, like, put Wily with other characters, but Roadrunner just kind of stays to himself.
Yeah, I think that Tweety would try to get under Roadrunner's skin and, like, try to mess with him, but I just think Roadrunner just wouldn't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning on.
Like, he just run away. Not, like scared, he just, like, go in a different direction.
I think, if anything, Tweety Bird would become incredibly frustrated by not being able to manipulate Roadrunner, and I think Roadrunner would defeat Tweety.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Tweety would be like, why aren't my tricks working? Why isn't my boyish charms working? Like, I'm going crazy, this fucking Roadrunner.
We're like, oh, why aren't my powers working?
So yeah, Roadrunner would win that interaction, I think. As much as you can't, I mean, I don't see Tweety being able to beat up on Roadrunner, but I also don't really see Roadrunner, like, purposefully beating up on Tweety either. He just would kind of walk away.
yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. Roadrunner wins this matchup.
I guess you could consider that, like, a draw of some sort, just because, like, it's almost like they're not even competing. But in a cosmic way, it's more of a Roadrunner win because he's got the upper hand and he pissed Tweety off.
Totally. All right. Well, I think it's that time again.
Oh wow! Well, thank you for all the comments. We got a lot of comments on this last video, so if you didn't get picked, comment again. We'll probably get around to you. I love reading. I read all of them on my own time anyway.
Yeah.
I enjoy them a lot. Thank you so much for listening.
Anyway, we gotta get to the bunker. Dark Porky's out again.
Oh, fuck. No, not again. I can't.
See you guys.
Ryan, I can't do it again.
Come on. Let's get to the bunker.
Okay, we gotta go. So long. See you, folks. That's all, folks.